So I talk to people a lot about the power of actually making a decision rather than just letting it be a thought.
Yeah. So why do you think a lot of guys and dads don't do that? Because everything you've just said, I totally agree with. Right? Like, and when you say it out loud, it's so logical and obvious. It sounds ridiculous that people wouldn't do that, but why don't they prioritize? Why don't they choose themselves? Why don't they do the things that make them feel physically better so they're able to show up like the man and dad they want to be? Why do you think that is?
I suppose the first one, kind of a bit like what you've already mentioned already, is the kind of the default mode. Like if the default mode is that you're not doing that, then it's obviously it's the easiest thing is to carry on in the default mode. So that's the first thing, is that it's difficult in ways to kind of change things. I mean, I often talk about the power of making a decision, and I feel that's something that I've got in my locker. Like if I make a decision on something, you know, that's I'm pretty hell bent on bringing it to fruition, unless I decide that it's not working, or if it's working but it's not serving me in other ways. I talk to people a lot about the power of actually making a decision rather than just letting it be a thought. Like, empower yourself with I'm doing this. So that's the first thing, is the change, the barrier to change, all the things that come with that. And part of that is the resistance, right? Living a more deliberate life is harder. I truly see the value that it's 100% worthwhile. I much prefer being that person. But I think when you are that person, you will probably still have those moments where you think, you'll see other people and you think, they don't seem to be trying as hard as me. Why am I trying so hard? Why do I care so much? But I think that's it. You have to care enough. So that's the first thing. If you don't care enough, then you're not going to do it, because there is resistance. It's much easier to just come home and sit and watch Netflix every night than it is to do a workout, or in the morning or the afternoon, or whenever you're doing it. It's much easier to just keep flying off the handle at your kid or your partner than it is to spend some time, researching and checking in with yourself. And it's the easy route is the default route where a lot of people find themselves. But unless you decide that, okay, this default route is easy, but it's not where I want to be, then that's probably where you're going to find yourself.